So we're in the middle of a capital raise for a couple films. Premise, the sci-fi thriller that we're planning to shoot in June in New York that Justin and I wrote together. We're producing with Relic Pictures, with Uncorked Productions, Eric Schultz, Andrew Corkin. Got a great team. The film is starring Elias Gabel. I'll definitely do an episode all about premise and its history as we get closer to production. But we're raising money for the film. And Justin and I are also raising money for our film slate and some other projects. So interfacing with investors is always sort of an ongoing thing. And with investors, it's really sort of a binary transaction, right? We're asking something that they either say yes or no on. But this can also apply to any time we're asking anyone anything. The answer to most questions is no. Certainly in film, the answer to most questions, can you read my script? Can you give me money? Can you cast me in this project? Can you give me an opportunity? Can you give me a shot? Can you give me an introduction? The answer to most of that is no. And the way most of those no's are communicated is through silence. The silent no. It's something I've learned myself, certainly, as someone who's gotten a silent no more often than I haven't. When you don't get a response to your email, the answer is usually no. Now, sometimes it's frustrating because certainly with raising capital, it's harder to get a no than a yes, believe it or not. I sent out around emails earlier, and I had a friend, a colleague, who replied promptly and said, "Hey, man, thanks, I'm going to pass." And I replied, I said, "Thank you so much for just respecting my time. Hopefully I'm respecting yours." And you just reply and say no. I said, that is so appreciated, because most of the time the answer is no, but people just don't reply. And so I am certainly trying to get better at that. When people are asking me something really binary and I know the answer is no, not stringing them along, not wasting their time, just a quick reply and say, "Hey, appreciate it. I'm going to respect your time. Thanks for respecting mine." The answer is no. If you get a quick no, just be appreciative of that and don't keep pushing that person, certainly, because if you keep pushing on that person who's already told you no, that's a really good way to just get them to stop replying altogether. And you want to respect the verbal no, because the silent no is usually the norm. Give someone a reasonable time frame to respond. Usually it's a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then you can do a quick follow-up, say, "Hey, did you get this?" And oftentimes, hey, they're busy or they really intend to sort of get to something. But if they don't reply after that, leave them alone. The answer is no. And of course, there's certainly something to be said for tenacity. Some things you can really achieve by just wearing someone down or getting after them. But the people who are successful at really getting what they want and maybe converting some no's into yeses, or converting maybes into yeses, or just advancing someone along, the people who are most successful at that understand a yes and a no. They understand a silent no, and they play their cards well. They understand timing. They understand context, and they're not just steamrolling people's emails or phones. And they approach it smartly. Certainly, I try to approach requests smartly. I'm getting better at it. I fail at it a lot. I often will be too long-winded. I will push too hard. And it's gotten me in trouble in the past. I mean, I think of my times in studying film in college where I kind of got flagged as someone who wouldn't take no for an answer. And there's an aspect of that I wear proudly and that has helped me along. But it's also understanding when a no is a no, when to keep pushing. But just if you understand that little piece, that's crucial. The answer to most questions is no, and the most common way that no is delivered is through silence. So just understand that, learn, adapt, and get those yeses.